Hey everybody, Barry at CTech-review. Today I want to talk about my top 10 favorite features of the 2025 Ram 1500 RHO. Let's do this. It's kind of hard to keep it clean this time of the year. Just washed it and it's just unbelievable. The roads are so nasty here. But I'm going to start with the things I love. Feature number one, and you're going to say this is silly, but I'm going to start with this. It's the value of this truck. When you start looking at the price point of this truck and the features available, hands-free, massaging seats, super bougie interior, 540 horsepower, high output engine with a great 8-speed transmission, just an incredible interior, fit and finish, 5-link rear suspension, 35s. Man, especially some of the dealers offering big discounts, this is an awesome value truck for the money. Are there gonna be better deals in 2025? We'll see where the market's at, but at the time of this video in January, February of 2025, this is a really hard truck to beat. Secondly, the performance. This engine, it's hard to explain. It's perfectly placed almost performance-wise between like a TRX Raptor R and a standard Raptor 3.5 high output. It's probably a little bit closer to the Raptor R and the TRX performance-wise, and especially with some of the tuning coming, holy cow. I cannot wait to see what more tuning is gonna be available for this engine, because what JB4 has already done, they basically closed the gap power-wise and put it right at where a TRX and Raptor R is with wheels horsepower to the ground. So that's incredible. The 8-speed transmission behind the Hurricane, it's phenomenal. I mean, it's not skipped a beat. I love it. It's just been a great truck. Interior of this truck, man, the new Ram interiors are awesome. When you just start looking at the interior and just how beautiful, just look at the stitching, just the carbon fiber, everything, you just follow everything along. Everything just looks so premium. You don't see anything that really says, you know what, low cost. And it's just stuff like this. This is like that, I'm gonna call it like a Rawlings baseball glove leather material. This is like my favorite style of leather interior in a truck, mixed with some Alcantara and suedes all along the top of the dash. It's just beautiful. They carry it all through the seams and the side. Really great. And then the finishing touches with just the black chrome door handles kind of follows through the steering wheel, flat bottom steering wheel with the nice center with the nice paddle shifters, carbon fiber here. Man, it's hard to beat. And then it's little things like dual wireless charging, this secondary display, which some people don't see the value, but I get it. The heads-up display, little stuff like that, just all this technology. It's just incredible. Next thing, this is a big one for me. It's the towing performance of this truck. As of right now, this is the most stable towing half-ton truck I have owned, hands down, and it's only gonna get better because we got a future video coming of some things we're gonna address with sag in the rear suspension when towing that doesn't inhibit off-road performance. That's gonna be awesome, guys. So you're gonna enjoy that video here in a few weeks. So towing performance, which is a big deal to me because I use my truck as a truck, is incredible. After that, the ride comfort going on the road. You mix in this Blue Cruise with massaging seats, and then just this incredible interior with low road noise and everything that comes along with it, it makes for such a amazing highway cruising vehicle. You can tell the fact that I put 4,000 miles in this truck in just little over a month. We're gonna rack the miles up in this truck. So comfort for me, it's a big deal. After that, so far what I've been looking for are wear items on the interior, like plastic wear zones. You know, I start looking at where I put my elbows and just right here. I mean, this has been hours, tens of hours in this vehicle already. I'm not seeing any dents or anything weird there. Nothing over here. Still soft, still comfortable. Not noticing any weird wear spots along here. Nothing. I mean, it's just comfortable. And then you start getting into little things like features like this, like, you know, a 3-way adjustable heated steering wheel. That's just incredible, stuff like that. All these other neat little features like all these performance pages and dash options. Setting up these pages is just so cool. And if you geek out on this stuff, you're gonna love this. Some people could care less. I mean, I just think it's kind of neat. And then what I'm starting to like is some of the customization you can on these home screens. So I've been playing around with this of thinking, where do I want my pages set up? And I've decided I put my comfort for HVAC controls and my seats right here. Then I've got just different mapping and Uconnect, race options, gauges here. Then you got CarPlay, which would be normally above. And then you got seating controls and shortcuts. And that's just some of my favorites. And then I've also changed some of the information up above as well. These heated seats absolutely rip on this truck. They're almost too hot. The next thing that I think Ram has done a great job with, and they continue in the 2025 Ram 1500 RHO, is the storage in this truck. There is just a ton of storage and it's well laid out. So let's look at this. So you obviously got your 2 cup holders. You got a little storage down below here. You've got your 2 wireless charging here. You've got your, obviously, just a glove box. This is all standard stuff. But then you got a storage up above here. You got huge storage down below, and look at your change holders. More cup holders here. Let's get in the second row. And it's the little things like this. Okay, so I got my flashlights here, gum here, side storage here, more cup holders here, more storage here, tons of storage in the side of the doors, more storage in the back seat, Molly connectors for storage there, a bunch of storage under this area here. This is the big one for me, is this floor storage. I think that is one of the coolest features, is having that in the floor, and you've got it on both sides. And it's spots like right here where you could put a phone in here, a wallet, just little things like that are really well laid out. And then to add more, you've got best in class second row center console storage and cup holder. I just think that's phenomenal. Like over and above, guys, let's look at this. So you got your like leatherette material, and then like this Alcantara, just top notch. Next thing, audio. I think the audio in this thing is really good. Now, granted, I'm coming from B&O Unleashed Systems, and we do have a Revel Ultima in our Lincoln Navigator, which of the vehicles I've owned, that's definitely set the bar of the best, most full range. It doesn't get loud and dirty from the aspect of just, it's very clean treble, mid-range and bass, all the way at the peak volumes. That is top notch. But man, this is just right underneath that. And like just little things, you got your speakers right up here in the headrest for passengers. Tons of speakers here. You got your center console speaker. You got 2 in the door, obviously 2 over there, 1 in the corner. And then these obviously carry into the rear door, subwoofer, and then in the back, audio is really good. And just the audio controls and just kind of how it's laid out in here. There's just a lot of function. And if you can tell, just some of the other stuff you can adjust in here is incredible. I got other videos where you can kind of talk about this, but it's pretty neat. And just some of this other options around the autoplay, very, very nice. Fuel economy. It's mixed. I did actually get about 90 miles the other day where I got about 18 miles per gallon. So that was really awesome. I'm noticing I'm getting some more miles on it. Maybe the weather's warmed up just a touch. Fuel economy's going up because we just towed our trailer and we got like 9.4 on a second trip we just did the other day. So that's really good. That's literally almost as good as we did in some cases with our Cummins. So that was kind of interesting. So this last one is kind of funny because I've actually done it both ways. It's the exhaust sound. And to some people, they're gonna be like, oh man, it sounds terrible. I'm gonna tell you what I appreciate about this exhaust system for this video. I appreciate how quiet it is in the highway drives. This thing is whisper quiet. It's amazing. Under 3,000 RPMs, you barely hear it in the vehicle. So if you're someone that drives highway a lot and doesn't wanna hear an engine ripping the whole time, man, this thing is great for that. The all-wheel drive system. Do I wish this thing had a 2-wheel drive option? Yes, I do. With that being said, is a real nice peace of mind knowing I've always got all-wheel drive on demand. We are always on 2 tracks, dirt roads, backcountry, snow, slippery, icy, trailers connected, not connected, rainy roads. Man, it's nice knowing if you get in a jam, you got to hit the gas. You got 4 wheels of traction. I really like that. Another thing, 4,000 miles on these tires. These Goodyear Wrangler Territory ATs, very impressed with them on rain, snow, ice, and towing performance. They feel stable. I'm not getting any weird noises like we got with our Goodyear Duratracs. After about 1,500 miles, those things were loud and annoying. Not a fan of those tires at all. They're great performance, but man, ride quality, vibration. I can't stand them. I think this tire actually feels better in snow and ice than our BFG KO2s that came on the Raptor. Lastly, the presence of this truck. This thing is just a beast. From a physicality, this truck's a monster. Let me show you what I mean. It's just a big truck. It's a monster. I mean, when you look at this thing, it's got a lot of big body. It feels so much bigger than the F-150 Raptor. And the other thing we've noticed, even though this is not a 37 package truck, man, it sits so high. We're still trying to figure out what steps we're gonna put on this thing. That's not exactly clear yet which ones we're gonna go with. But man, just getting in and out of this truck, it feels bigger than our 37 package F-150 Raptor we had prior to this. But just look at the presence of this thing. I personally love the look of this front end, and these new headlights look sick. It's just a good looking truck. So would I buy this truck again? Absolutely. This truck is awesome. I have zero regrets buying it. I think it's a wonderful truck. I will be curious to see what their competitors do in the next few years to try to keep up with this, because this thing is great. I'm really excited to get this thing off road and see how this thing does versus the Gen 3 Raptors off road. On road, I actually am starting to like this more than the Gen 3 because it feels so planted. I don't get the squirreliness, the looseness in the rear end. And I don't know if it's because the Bilstein shocks are dampened a little stiffer, or I don't know what it is, but I can tell you I'm seeing a lot of benefits to this. This thing towed so planted. I was so impressed with this thing towing. No question. I got a video on that you guys can check out. So towing's been great. On-road performance has been great. I've not had any weird hiccups other than we had that small issue with the wire harness and the rear bumper that was fixed at right around 1,300 miles. Not had any other problems. No misfire issues. I know people read in some of these issues online. I've not had any problems there. Truck has been great. The app works pretty good. The other thing that I have mixed feelings on is the passenger display. I'm still struggling to see the value in it. I'll probably figure it out over time, but we just don't find a time where we really need it quite yet, but maybe some long road trips down the way we'll do that. We're gonna get this thing in the shop here soon, obviously oil change. And when we're doing this, we're gonna check the transfer case and the rear differential, because there's been some people making comments that they've been low on fluid. So we'll get that in and just check everything, make sure everything's good. Future plans with this truck. We'll be doing some upgrades for the wheels, tires. I don't think we'll do anything with the suspension quite yet. The truck's got a pretty decent leveled stance right now. Maybe some 37s, trying to figure that out. Tuning, more performance, absolutely interested in adding more power to this thing. Just trying to see what my options are. I'm kind of waiting to see some more non-piggyback tuning coming available. I'd like to see what comes of that. And exhaust, I'm really excited to see what some of these companies got coming up. Corsa and MRT got some really cool stuff they're being developed on these trucks. Hey, so I hope you enjoy the video, the top things I enjoy about our 2025 Ram 1500 RHO. Thanks for watching.